Alright, you see that plane? I don't know if it's gonna focus in just yet, but it's traveling above a flat plane. It's not gonna curve and go straight down like fucking like this. You know what I'm saying? It's flying to as far as as the eyes can see. Now I pull this off so you can see the sun. Look how orange this sun is. You understand? They're telling you that the sun is 93 million miles away from the earth, and it doesn't move. It's not gonna ever change. So the fact is, the earth goes around the fucking sun. They say it orbits. At noon, the sun don't look like this. It's fucking like white light, like fucking clear, bright light. But now it's like a reddish. This shit can only happen. How can this happen if the earth is going around it? Like, the sun is fixed. It don't matter how the earth tilt. It don't matter how the earth move or emotions. The sun shouldn't fucking change. It shouldn't change the way we see it. 90 million miles, 93 million miles away, it should still look the fucking same. The reason why it's this fucking color, because it's literally farther away from you on a flat surface. If the earth was, the sun was fucking 93 million miles away fixed, it should always look the same color no matter how much it go around the fucking earth, because it don't change. The distance doesn't change. It's million miles away. What is a fucking few hundred yards in a so-called tilt? 100 fucking miles, and it's nothing. It's a fucking lie. You can tell that the earth is not moving and the sun is rotating around the earth by the way the fucking color changes on the sun. You're not understanding. It don't matter how the earth, the motion of the so-called earth would be, the fucking sun shouldn't change in the way you see it, the way you view it. At noon, you don't see this fucking red. You see this fucking red because it's further away from you. You're not understanding. At noon, the sun is still 93 million miles away, right? At noon. So when it's up in the sky up here, it's 93 million miles away. So why doesn't it look like this? It ain't changing distance. The sun is still 93 million miles away at noon, and right now at fucking 5, 6 o'clock. So why the fuck is changing colors? It's because it's not fucking that far away. And the sun, when it rotates above the earth, it changes colors because it's perspective and you see the fucking sun. That plain and simple, and you can't see it. The clouds, you can see the sun rays coming down on an angle, like a angle, and you can triangulate them angles directly back to the sun. And the sun cannot be 93 million miles away. It just can't be. If the angles of the light, sun rays are coming down like this. If it was, it'd all be straight light if it was 93 million miles away. But the sun gotta be 3,000 miles high. It gotta be. Just look at this, the angles of the light. Look at the sun rays. Look at the rays coming down on angles. They're coming down in angles through the clouds. You can triangulate the sun rays directly back to the sun, and it's not 93 million miles away. I mean, it's just common sense, but y'all don't look up. The sun right there, right? You know what I'm saying? I just had to come over here because the pole was blocking it. Look, my finger will block it. The sun is so-called 93 million miles away. The fucking clouds block it. The clouds will block the sun if it's in front of it. So what they wanted me to believe, they want me to believe at any given time, I mean every day, there is nothing in between me and the sun within 93 million miles. Not a goddamn asteroid, a meteor, a planet. Nothing else will block the sunlight other than the clouds or something else. There's nothing in between it. And it's 93 million miles a fucking way. Come on, be for real. It's not that fucking far away. Then 100 other fucking things will block this shit. Alright, so this outer space, supposed to be outer space. It's a work of light trying, show you, trying to block you what you're really supposed to see. But they show you this little earth right here. It's curved. They show it moving. They show this little horizon curve. It never does this. And the thing is, they try to pretend like they're in outer space above, traveling 14,000 miles per hour this way. Thing is, like, just look at it. Look at it for one good second. Because I don't know the last time you looked at some shit like this, but these people supposedly, this government agency, NASA, supposedly be in space right now above your head. It's supposed to be live. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be live. These niggas is underwater. You guys don't understand. They in Houston. These people have a laboratory underwater filled with buoyancy laboratory. It's like a big ass swimming pool. And they tell the public that's like the display shit. It's not the display shit. It's not like a prototype or a big ass. It's an exact replica of this shit. They underwater. And the bottom of the fucking pool is that fucking fake ass CGI shit. It's green so they can add in CGI shit. I'm trying to tell you, This shit's not real. It's too much blockage. Why would they be blocking this shit? Listen, you know how much shit this shit supposedly costs? So much money. Every year they get billions, like 80-something, 90-something billion dollars. Like it costs a couple $100,000 to make this dumb shit. Plus they already made it. They made it a long time ago. So it's like they keep using the same shit. So they taking your money out your pocket. It's bullshit. It's lies. And then what the fuck is they trying? What is they doing? Like, what are they doing? Like, I'm not understanding. What the fuck are they doing? They just taking fucking images. That's all they do. They haven't done anything for humankind ever. Made no device ever. Space ice cream. What the fuck does that do? Nothing. They fucking suits only work up there underwater. I'm trying to tell you, they're not up there. There's no up there. This supposed to be 14,000 miles per hour. Like, you don't never see nothing fly by, no plane, nothing. You just see that fucking floor, that pool floor. They underwater. And they fooling you. They fooling you and your kids, so you would teach your kids about this shit. This shit not real. So every time your kids look up, they don't have no idea to even picture God or picture heaven or even read the word. This cannot be possible. If you believe this shit to be real, then you do not believe in the Most High. It's fact. There's no machine above the firmament. The things you don't see, the stars, they are fixed to the firmament along with the sun and the moon. They go around the flat earth. The earth don't curve like that. The earth is just flat as far as the eyes can see in every direction. They curving it with their cameras. Don't believe me. I mean, come on. Your job is, what are they doing? They're not doing nothing but fooling you. It's deception. They try to fool you from where you live on so they can keep taking your money. Every time they send a fucking machine to the stars, because there's nothing but stars in heaven. There are no planets. They're telling you this place is a surface you can stand on. And other earths. It's a lie to take your money. The fact is they fooling you from God because their fathers been doing it before their fathers. So they just continue to do it. You understand why people would lie to you? To take your money, number one. But they don't understand they doing it to take you from God. They're taking the money out your pocket, but they don't understand the scheme is to take you from God and you and your children. The earth is not a fucking moving globe. The earth does not move. Only when they show you is when it moves. And let's look at these clouds. They don't separate. They see that little triangle right there? It's going to be a triangle. It was a triangle back there. It's never going to move. Sometimes when they go across the earth, it ain't no clouds. You tell me ain't no clouds across the whole America? Ain't no clouds across fucking Africa? You can see the whole, it's a lie. This shit is a lie. They'll be that joint with motherfucking camp clicks and shit and snaps. They fooling you. These people are fooling you. They underwater. Like you see the whole earth on his helmet. How, if they that close, how can you see the entire earth? It's impossible. They fooling you. You won't believe it because you've been branded. I mean, it's in your deep in your mind. Even when you're not thinking about it, it's space in your mind. There's no going above the firmament. This is like the third time I said that shit. And if you keep on telling me, it's like you fooling yourself. They are deceiving you. This shit, this little pole right here, if it's going 14,000 miles per hour, come on, this shit will bend. Come on. There's no nuts and screws that will keep this shit together at 14,000 miles per hour. Stick your fucking arm out of a motherfucking car at 90 miles per hour, you'll feel what I'm talking about. This thing, look, it's a lie. This shit is a lie. The thing will not be spinning like that at 14,000 miles per hour. This whole earth is lit up. That fake ass blue horizon back there is flat. It's not curving down. You see how it's blue up there, but it's not blue down there because it's a lie. It's a fucking lie. You don't understand. This is how the earth looks. See how it is? How it's flat horizon back there? As far as I see, if I turn around, it should be that where that is level all the way. But they curve it down to fool you. It's a lie. You won't believe it. They do that shit with CGI. This shit is all green underneath this motherfucking swimming pool. It's green. I'm trying to tell you. If you do your research, you'll realize this shit cannot be possible. Listen, at 14,000 miles per hour, this shit that's so-called floating, this shit should be flying in another direction. It shouldn't just be floating. Come on. They have taught you that shit floats above your head. Now you believe it. So anything they do, you believe. That's what I'm saying. Your mind makes it real. They taught you that this shit is real. So when you look at it, you believe it. They add on to it and tell you they're going like trillion miles away and you're not even thinking about common sense. How can they communicate with something trillion miles away? With that satellite dish, with something bigger than that, with a satellite dish, the size of a house or some shit, you cannot communicate that far. But they tell you they can see pictures and they put it on TV all the time and they show you the pictures of the machine they send out. The whole machine. So what is taking a picture of that? But you can't put two and two together because you already been lusted into this fucking lie. And you won't believe people will lie to you. You go to fucking operas and people put on whole shows. You go to movies and you see actors. I mean, you look at wrestling, these people are acting right in your face. And you think that somebody won't act in your face for money. These people are acting. And the thing is, they don't know. These people probably down here doing shit like this, right? You see what they doing? The people on earth, they in this thing. The thing is, the lie deep. I'm not going to say these people straight lie in your face because they will straight lie in your face. But think about this. These people working in this fucking laboratory, just doing regular shit. And NASA takes this footage and put it like, and tell them that that's what's happening in space. They fooled as well. This shit not real. The globe in space. That's what you've been told. You know what I'm saying? With the stars and the so-called stars in the background. With the sun shining, you know what I'm saying? But you can see this side, even though the sun is over there. But you can see this side of the earth. You know what I'm saying? You can see over here, the light curves around the earth. The things you believe, you know what I'm saying? And even a child can draw a picture like this can understand what they're trying to show you, what they're trying to depict. So right now, you got the earth. And they're saying that the moon is 240-something thousand miles away from the earth. 240. Let me just even it off. 1,000 miles from the earth. All right. And then all this space between the earth and the moon and the sun is what they say is 93 million miles away. So number one, they telling you can see 93 million miles away, literally with your eyes. I mean, either it's that bright or it doesn't make sense how you can see that far away. Now, only thing you see is stars and the moon and the sun. So anything else in between is stars. So let's draw some stars. You know how they teach you to draw stars with 5 points. You know, worship of the sun and stars. Stars don't look like this. So I don't know why people drawing this. So, you know, we believe the sun to be a star. At that, even though we see stars at night, so we look at the day and we call the sun a star. I don't know why we do these things. I mean, it's not your choice. So, you know what I'm saying? You were born into the lie. But they say it's planets here. Let's just draw this one red or make this one red. There's a star here. You know, it's light because they're telling you these stars are trillion and billion miles. These stars are behind this sun. Like these stars are located back here. Like these stars are not a part of this. But they're saying that they can see other things like light, you know what I'm saying, like planets. You know what I'm saying? Let's just draw these planets. Let's just give them colors. Like I said, they just stars you see it in the sky, but they say it's a place you can go. They say it's an element like gas and matter, and they say you get rain, glass, and clouds, and the clouds of stone and shit like that. But like I said, so number one, you're seeing these things aren't this far away. So it's in between this little area here. It's in between this area. And there's also things like meteors out here. There's supposed to be a meteor belt behind here that goes around all this, that keeps in a meteor belt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these meteors so-called hit the earth. People think these meteors hit the moon. This is the moon. Remember, it's 240,000 miles away from the earth. And so, I mean, you got to believe this shit like a religion. All of this is theory. It's not fact. No man has come out here. No man has been here. So the thing is, they tell you they've been here 240,000 miles away. But there's a thing that they say, what they really want you to believe, that there's a low earth orbit. Because remember, there's no like so-called gravity out here. Remember, it's water. Lord said out here, the firmament, there's no out here. There's no going past this part right here. This is the firmament that they call the atmosphere that they say they go beyond. So they said they went to the moon. Now they tell you today that all their so-called satellites are here in low Earth orbit, barely hitting the ground and barely flying off into space. And even Obama himself would say, and NASA would say, when he was President Obama, they said they can't go beyond this low Earth orbit. They can't come out here. The moon is here. The moon is beyond where they say they can't come beyond. So they said in the 1960s that in the 70s, early 70s, that they was here already. You know what I'm saying? Before the cell phone, before PlayStation, before any, technology. They went there with like Atari. Before Atari, they went there with Pac-Man technology. Lights that just shoot up, just blinking lights and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they did it. And then it reinforced that they can go beyond this point. It reinforced that they can go number one because they tell you they got satellites, even though they got cell towers all around the earth that triangulate where you are. But they tell you that they're doing it out here. So they want to reinforce that they out here. It's more than the earth is flat. All this is a lie. You look at planets, like you understand we have an eclipse, meaning the light from the sun is coming directly here. This is how the eclipse works. They're telling you this is what's happening during the eclipse. You know what I'm saying? All the light is being blocked by the moon. By the moon during the eclipse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but the thing is, none of these other so-called planets, like I'm gonna explain what stars are. The so-called planets is blocking the light from to the Earth too. None of these meteors that's supposed to be the size of the Earth, the Earth is bigger than the moon. That they tell you is like whatever size they say, which is a lie. They said that doesn't come around and then block the sun from the Earth as well. The only thing that does that is the moon. The things here like trees and planes and clouds will block the sun. You know what I'm saying? And plus they say it takes 4 minutes for light to come from here to there. It's bullshit. And so they want to give you a speed of light. You know what I'm saying? It's all lies. They tell you the distance between these things, it's not even miles no more, they're light years. But the thing is, it's nothing but stars out here. They don't depict stars. Whenever you see this so-called globe shit, anything, they don't depict stars. They just put any dots and shit, or they don't put nothing at all. And when you see NASA's live shit, there are no stars. They want you to believe that the stars are places you can go. They want you to think that this place here has a moon, like 4 moons around this place. So they already told you they can go here. So now they trying to say they can't go to the planet. They can go to the moon around the planet. They make it up as they go. And the thing is, they say they sent machines from here all the way to like so-called Mars, like another star they're looking at. And then they see light. When you use the telescope, you should look at it and see what it look like. It don't look like a fucking ball of red, a fucking place you can go. But they say they got machines here. The thing is, how are they communicating to these machines? You'll see in your newspaper, they got, we sent a satellite, you know what I'm saying? It was flying around. It is in orbit now. We sent it 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And then they show you a picture of the fucking satellite and a make-believe and some CGI shit. And it's like, what took the picture of that? Like, what device took the picture of that? They sent 2 machines or they sent 1 machine? It's a lie. And then, you got Hollywood reinforcing it with movies like Gravity, you know what I'm saying? Movies like Interstellar, you know what I'm saying? All the movies, Odyssey, even back then, the Odyssey 2001 shit. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is reinforcing this bullshit. This is a lie. And they would tell you, Van Allen is some fucking bullshit ass scientist again. Like all the scientists come up that try to make breakthrough shit, but it's still contradicting the fucking lies, the theories that they've been believing for 500 years. He'll tell you that they're Van Allen belts, radiation. So now so now when you hear that, what about the radiation belts that, you know what radiation is? You got gas, liquid, and matter, but then you got plasma. And the thing is, things can't travel. It's so fucking high. It's like putting shit through lava. It's like putting your hand through lava, putting a pole through lava. It's not going to come out the other side, bro. It's not going to travel through it. Waves, radio waves, and it don't travel. Sound and shit don't travel through plasma. And the Van Allen belts are out here. They saying this right here, and they're saying this out here. How the fuck can you travel? And you can't travel through that. So when they find out that the people about to contradict they lie, so then the fucking scientists say, well, we felt radiation. It felt like it was coming through our suits. If it's coming through your suits, bro, it's coming through the motherfucking ship. It's coming through the so-called ship. It's coming through your suit, and you feeling your skin. Talking about your eyes are burning. Come on, man, they lying to you. And they trying to back up the lie. Like, remember, it used to be extra planets, but they take the planets away. The thing is, how can you see these planets? Remember, it's supposed to be a fusion or some type of hydrogen shit that's making this light produce photons. If you want to get to the root of it, it's called photons. But if you want to get to it, it's fucking called light. Planets don't produce light. You know what I'm saying? Fire makes light. Ain't no fire in space, they tell you so. You know what I'm saying? It got to be fire, a nuclear reaction to make light. Planets don't do that. Remember, planets surface, if they can be on the moon, the fucking Mars surface, then it ain't fusion happening on the surface. How can we see that? Because remember, this all fucking darkness. We're like, this all complete darkness. Only thing they see is fucking a shining light in the darkness. So the only lights we see is stars, they say, which are the sun. And what do stars and the sun do? They say fusion at the core. And so the surface is like 1 trillion degrees or 100 degrees. It's not these degrees on these planets. So how the fuck can we see them? They don't make light. Remember? It don't make sense. They lying to you. So when they give you that stupid ass picture, when they say they on the moon, they can see the Earth from 240-something thousand miles away, and which is the picture's a lie. It's a fucking lie. Everything's a lie. It's Hollywood. But if you don't understand that this distance is a fucking lie, there's no 93 million miles away. That shit is a lie. You cannot see that far, literally. But then they tell you they can see planets and they can see, like, how the fuck can they see an asteroid? Like, it has no light at all. You think about how they seeing these the asteroids the size, they say is the asteroid the size of buses and shit. If they can see an asteroid the size of a bus, thousands of millions of miles away, then how the fuck can we can't see the satellites the size of a bus, fucking 100 and some miles up? Like, it don't make sense. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. They cannot go beyond this point. There's no beyond this point. And I'm just gonna show you how it look. You see how it look like this everywhere, and y'all, people just so fucking blind that they will never understand the truth. But like, you got the fucking grass here. This is grass, and then you got the blue sky. See, the thing, you think the sky blue and like water blue. That shit is not blue. It's not blue. When you fall from water, it turns blue. It's clear. Put in your hand. It's clear. Rain is clear. It's not raining blue. You're not holding blue liquid in your hand. Fill your tub of water. You look at the bottom in the swimming pool. It turns blue when there's a lot of liquid, but it's literally not blue. So you got the green grass and you got the clear blue sky. It's clear, but as you get farther away, you can see it's just like water because there's water above. It's blue. It's like the seas. You named the waters below the seas, and up top, the waters above. You separated it. You gotta understand. Evening and the morning was the first day. Evening in the morning. I mean, we wake up in the morning and then we end the day at night. Everything we do is backwards. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing we do is backwards. That reinforce this shit here. The ancient civilizations did not believe they didn't believe this shit. They believed this shit and they worship the stars that they seen in the heaven. Because they do the same shit. They stay in the heaven and they go in a circle every day. The sun, moon, and they go around us on this flat earth. The earth is flat with the trees. The earth is flat. And the people standing on it looking at the shit circle around us every single day and night. The sun will come around every day and come all the way back around every day. I mean, the stars do the same. That's how we can see the same fucking stars that the fucking Romans seen. We can go back before then and see the same stars that the Egyptians seen. Go back before then and see the same fucking stars before the Noah time and shit. I'm trying to tell you, they lying to you. They lying to you. Motherfuckers think, like I said, this is not a star. This is not a star. This is not a star. All these fucking images you got, it's not a star. Fucking burning ass fireball. And they worship the sun. When you gonna wake up and realize they worship the sun, you gonna throw all this shit away and go out and look for yourself and get the truth. Look at the sky. Your timepiece is up.